Aries, hi. How are you, my fire family? I hope you're well. Thanks so much for clicking here. I'm doing weeklies, Aries. I came by to do a weekly reading for you. We're doing them a little bit different this time. We're doing 3 hands, and we're going to do career, finances, and love. So I'm going to mark the video so you can look at all 3 or whatever you like to look at. And let's do that. So Aries, thanks so much for being here. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming back if that's what you do. If you're my loyal Aries, you're my ride or die Aries. And if you are brand new, you've never been here before, I hope you'll stay. We have a pretty big Aries group here, and I love them to death. I am a Aries Taurus cusp. You all are my fire family. So thank you to those of you who have been hyping my videos and giving me a thumbs up or subscribing. Please check to see that you're subscribed. Look, if I'm coming through your business on your feed anyway, maybe you just want to hit the subscribe button. At the end of this video, I'm going to tell you about how to find the extended. I'm also going to tell you about private reads. Let's find out what's going on for you in career, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Oh, all right. We're going to go right there. So you're doing pretty well. I feel like whatever Aries I am connecting to is either doing well now or is about to do really well in the future. People are going to see you as a moneymaker, someone who has built something that is viable, that is of worth, possibly a business. We have the moon energy here. And, oh, I like it. Oh boy, look, you like it. It's the 8 of Wands. It's moving quickly. You like to run at everything, right? So I'm going to say here that the 8 of Pentacles is telling me confidence. Like what's coming for you here is the realization that I'm allowed to be as confident as I want because I'm the shit. That's what it feels like. Just going to say, it feels like something is happening to your career that is going to see you as the top dog. It's going to see you as confident. It's going to see you as the moneymaker, or whatever business you have going right now. I feel like you're about to have an influx of clients, or money is going to be flowing a little easier for you. I think you don't see it. I feel like it's hiding in the moon energy. Things are not as they seem. So I'm going to say, if you're the Aries that's been grinding and grinding and grinding on your own business, that something here is about to flourish. It feels like something in your career is about to flourish, whether you've got a business or whether you are the top dog at your business, or maybe you're about to get some sort of a bonus or a raise or a promotion of some kind. So it's coming to light here, and it's going to come in this clarity. Somebody's going to, hey, can you come into my office? And you're going to be like, oh crap, what do they want to talk to me about now? But it's going to be a good thing. It's something you don't see coming. And I think it's coming pretty soon because the 8 of Wands is here. Now, when I look at wands, I look at them as weeks. So understand, please, that this is a general reading and that this could happen this week, next week, could happen after that, because we're not all on the same time cycles, right? We're not all doing the same thing in our lives. So this could be 8 weeks away, but it also could be tomorrow because the Ace of Wands is here. Or sorry, the Ace of Swords is here. Let's find out what else is going on in your career. Yeah, this is something here that's been under the surface. I think there's been talk going on. I'm going to say amongst your upper level people here that there's been talk going on about how you would handle things. I think that people see you as somebody who is kind-hearted, a kind-hearted leader. But I also see that you're not a pushover, I would say. Your head's not in the clouds. You're not the person who's fantasizing about, being everything to everybody. I feel like the Knight of Cups is telling me that when you need to be solid and straight up with people in your career, you will do that. You'll give them swords, but you will give them the swords in the kindest way. You're just not going to be a pushover about it. So I feel like there are some talks going on behind your back in a good way. I'm going to say behind your back in a good way about where can we put Aries next? What sort of opportunity can we offer to Aries next? And that's if your career is with a company. If you are somebody who is running your own company, or it feels almost like it's a new business, something you're about to get into, or something that's brand new for you, I think what you don't see, what's being concealed from you, is there's going to be some sort of moment of clarity that things are actually floating along a lot better. You're going to be a lot happier than you thought you were going to be. I feel like if you're running a business, that this business is something that is unfolding for you in a way that is I'm going to say that you're here to do this thing because this is what you do. And when I see the Six of Cups, it's not always about what's going on in the current world. Sometimes this is maybe your fourth or fifth or sixth time here, and you've been reincarnated over and over again, and this is energy that you bring with you. So it really feels more like you're remembering what you used to do, or an unfolding. It's like information you already had with you innately, and you're going to be successful in working for that company or working your own business. You don't see it though. It's hiding under the surface. So I feel like that we do have nostalgia, that there is an unfolding going on here of things that I feel that are bringing you success. That I want to say that this and this is telling me that you're a really kind and gentle leader, somebody that people respect, that you have you don't only have a lot of confidence, but you also have a lot of respect. You've built a really good reputation here. Tell me what you don't see coming, because we've got the moon here. Things are not as they seem, but I think we're talking about something really good here. We've got the Ten of Wands, we've got the Eight of Swords, and Temperance. Oh, lovely. You're going to be able to be relieved of some sort of burden that you've been carrying. It almost feels like you feel like you've hit the glass ceiling, the Nine of Pentacles, right? 10 is next. So it feels like you've hit the glass ceiling and there's nowhere else to go in the corporation you're working in, or maybe you feel like you're at the top end of the money that you can make in your business. I feel like you're about to have some sort of a breakthrough, because this Ten of Wands tells me what you're leaving behind, or what you're dropping, what you're releasing, is the Eight of Swords. It's this place where you had yourself stuck in the mind. It feels like you're coming to a breakthrough. You'll be selling a different product. You'll be marketing something different. Or Temperance is telling me that things are going to come into balance. It's a moment of alchemy where you have some type of a breakthrough that brings more of a career balance in your life. Yeah, look at this. It looks like something is going off here. There is a divine plan in order, and I feel like this is what's going on under the surface. Something is unfolding that is supposed to, because you've already gotten to as far as you can go in the place that you're in. So it feels like something is expanding. I want to say it's your career. Your career is about to expand, and it's because of this destined moment in time here. And yeah, Jupiter is expanding you. I like it. All right. Let's talk about finances. I think that would probably fall right along here. Tell me about finances. For Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about finances for Aries. Tell me about finances for Aries. All right, you're going to be celebrating something. Wow, look at this. Look at this here. Your finances, you're going to be selling something. You're going to be celebrating something. Something is about to shift in the very best way. It feels like you're being shifted into a financial healing situation here. Something is coming in balance. The moment of alchemy is here, where everything is in perfect energy, time, back and forth. Maybe it was out of balance for a little bit. It feels like something's coming into balance, and it does feel like whatever was an illusion, my friend. So look, maybe this isn't going to be the easiest thing you went through. Maybe it looks like, oh my God, this bill just showed up and I didn't realize that I was behind on it. It could be that, but it's going to bring you up to speed. And I feel like that's what the shift is. It's to heal something. The Tower needed to clear something away. So it feels like it's going to be a happy time. I don't think it's going to terrorize you, but understand that I feel like transformation or change is here, because the Death card is in the future. So I feel like the Tower is here, and it might be a little bit scary as it shows up, because you may not have been expecting it because the Tower is here. But it feels like with the Temperance card here, that it's something that I don't think you need to be scared of. It's just a change. And change might be hard for you, Aries, right? It could be hard for you. But I feel like financially, you're going to be celebrating something, because it is going to scare you. It's going to get out of whack for a little bit, but it's going to come back to center. And I feel like this Temperance card is telling me that it's going to heal itself or come back to a very good balance. We do have the Chariot here. Something is about to happen quickly that I feel like you don't have much control over, because the Tower is here. We have the Hierophant here. It does feel like it has something to do with corporation or something you've been very serious about, a serious discipline. I'm going to say that that you have probably been spending the last little while, maybe the last few months, creating a discipline or a balance in your finances. I feel like you're cleaning up old things and paying things off, and it feels like you decided going into 2026, I'm going to be financially well off. I'm going to get everything in order. I'm going to keep everything in balance. I'm going to get a discipline with my finances. I'm going to get stable in my finances. It feels like this is a sort of a promise you've made to yourself. And in making that promise, I really do feel like the universe drops the tower and says, oh yeah, well, look at these things then, because there's something here that's out of whack, and the only reason the tower falls is to make you pay attention. So I feel like it feels like a super serious tower. It might even be a tower falling on the corporation. Maybe your business, or maybe the business you work for, has a shift. And so it might be, you know, everybody goes through the restructuring, right? So it may be a restructuring. If it is a restructuring and you belong to this corporation, you work for it, I feel like you're going to be fine because the Queen of Pentacles is here. I don't think it really touches you, but restructuring nonetheless. It's going to be a serious restructure, but it's going to result in you having something that's more stable, or that moves more, that you can be more dependent upon. You can depend on the stability of whatever this is, because whatever this is happening here is only going to bring you more stability. It doesn't feel like it's something that is going to be terrifying, but it also isn't something you're going to be able to ignore. Tell me about Temperance, please. We've got the Four of Cups. Oh, yeah. See, the thing is that I think that you've been looking at it. You might even be saying to friends, oh, I don't know, I feel like something is coming. I feel like there's a restructuring or a move around or a shift or something that's coming in the corporation. You might have a sixth sense of something like that, because Temperance is Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is very psychic in that way. Got Cancer here, who's no slouch in the psychic department, and then we have the Hierophant here, who's also right on point with the intuition. So it feels to me like you're like, I'm in a comfortable place right now, but I feel like something is going to happen here that is going to shift everything. I feel like you have been waiting in this place of comfort for something to go sideways here. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. King of Swords is in the reverse. That changes the tune. You know what I think it is? I feel like for some of you, it's the removal of the CEO. It's something that comes to light with somebody who's not been very good. This is a tyrant. This is somebody who's been terrible with other people, terrible with money, because the Ace of Pentacles is next to them. This person is maybe talking, saying things that could be disparaging for the business that you work for or your business. It feels like something here is shifting because it needs to be shifting, and it feels like it's frustrating, I'm going to say, but the healing is right here. You could be hopeful. It's going to be frustrating, but I feel like if you work for a corporation, it could be the ousting of the top dog. Something is going on that is going to be revealed, I'm going to say, because the King of Swords is tight-lipped. The King of Swords has the facts, all the dollars, all the cents. I know what's going on, making a plan that's silent. But I feel like something is going to be flipped on its head because the Tower is here. And it might bring the corporation into some sort of shakedown. Like I'm looking at the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Like it's never going to fall, but it's sort of leaning there. And it's scaring everybody with the way it's leaning. So it feels like whatever structure it is, the structure is being broken down. And it feels like, I want to say that what's coming to my mind, Charlie's giving me loose lips, sink ships. It feels like somebody here says something that they shouldn't say because this person has ego. This person has a lot of ego and is speaking out of both sides of their face, and it feels like they say something disparaging that costs the company money, and then we have to go into a restructure. So I feel like your finances are going to be fine. I feel like your finances are going to be fine because when the restructuring takes place, I feel like you're pushed in the right direction. It feels like this spot being cleared brings, you know, everything shuffles all the way down, right? And I feel like you end up being in a more stable position, a more seriously stable position after the restructure or after the Tower. So this is going to be a little bit terrifying. And I'm going to say that your discipline financially is what's going to get you through this, but you're going to be celebrating at the end of this. It's going to work for you, but it's going to be frustrating. Nonetheless, very frustrating. All right, Aries, let's talk about love. Tell me about Aries in love. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Aries in love, please. After this, we're going to go into the extended. The love usually takes a little bit longer than the other reads. So we're going to go into the extended with this, Aries. We're going to give you some information and head off into the extended. Let's talk about Aries in love. What do we need to know about Aries in love? We've got the Fool. We've got the Hermit. And we've got the Nine of Wands. Are you thinking about taking some sort of a leap of faith? I want to say that you've been thinking about something. I feel like you're hesitating or holding back, holding under the surface, holding your position. I feel like you do want to, I think that you want to leap when it comes to love. I feel like you really do want to leap. The sun is out. You're feeling like you're making a good assessment. I can see what is at the bottom of the cliff if I decide to jump. I think your friends are telling you not to. It feels like, you know what? I'm looking at this two ways, and I'll give it to you both ways. If you are in a relationship that you're about to leave, I think your friends are telling you not to. Because the Nine of Wands is telling me, I'm at my wit's end. I'm burnt out. I can't do this anymore. That's what it feels like. That's one way I'm reading it, because the Hermit is here, and I think that you're looking for help online. That's what it's giving me. While I'm by myself, I'm looking at something online. I'm looking at motivational things. I'm looking at ways to help myself. Maybe you're doing psychology online. It feels like the Hermit energy tells me that things are a little bit wobbly in a relationship if you're currently in a relationship. If you are not currently in a relationship, I feel like the Hermit tells me that you might be watching someone online and might have not told that person yet that you're interested in them. It feels like with the Fool energy that you might have friends that are giving you counsel and saying, go, go, go. Like, go, you're fine to go. But I think that you're worried that you're going to get hurt, because I think that this is energy of the past. It feels like you're holding on to something here. You feel like it's going to rock your balance, the balance of your life. I'm going to say, if this is something new, it feels like it's going to rock the balance of your life. It feels like you feel like you deserve it. You feel like you're justified in going for it, but I think this terrifies you, because when we leap with the Fool, we really don't have any experience in what we're doing. We don't really know what's going to come of it, right? We really don't know. It's a little bit terrifying. So I think that you're not really very vulnerable. You're holding off, or you're holding back possibly, but it feels like you do watch this person in silence. I don't think that you've told them how you feel. I do feel if we are talking about a relationship that you're in, though, it does feel like you're ready to leave, I'm going to say. I feel like you're ready to leave because I think this whole thing's been burning you out. We've got the Emperor. We've got the Six of Pentacles. And we've got the Hierophant. So I'm going to lean towards somebody who's already in a commitment. I'm going to go with that, I think. I feel like you're already in a long-term commitment. You may be married. It feels like you're no longer getting reciprocal energy from someone. All you're getting is arguments and fights. You're getting hurtful conversation. It feels like you've started giving more than you're getting in return. It feels like there's a lot of silent treatment. There's not a lot going on. It feels like I'm the Emperor. I bring in all the money. I'm the one who floats this boat. It feels like you feel like you're not getting the attention you need, or you're not getting the respect that you need. It feels like you're ready to leave because you feel like there's nothing left to do here. There's silence. It feels like somebody's really, I'm going to say, nitpicking you. It feels like they're nitpicking you. They're telling you that everything you do is wrong. I feel like you are over giving at this point, and the only reciprocal energy I'm getting is arguments and fights, and I'm starting to burn out. So I think that this Hierophant energy here is telling me that you are probably in a traditional relationship. It's likely that you are married. The Emperor is here. It's likely that it is long-term, but it also is very likely that it's coming to an end. I think you're coming to a place where you're ready to move on. It feels like there might be... I think that that's why you're in Hermit energy, because I don't think that you want to leap. I think that you feel like you have to leap because you are trying to stay in control of the situation, and you won't be pushed around, but you're feeling burnt out. It's like, I can't do this anymore. all we keep doing is going round and round arguing with each other. It feels like I can't do this anymore. It's become quite a serious situation, is what it feels like here. Tell me about the Hermit. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. We've got the Page of Wands. Somebody's spending a lot of money quickly on frivolous things. And we got the Seven of Swords, and they're lying about it. Ooh, the Wheel of Fortune is here. Wheel of Fortune and the Stars in the reverse. I feel like you're quickly growing hopeless that the situation is ever going to change. It does feel like there is a lot of money that is flowing out of the bank account. It feels like somebody's being irresponsible with how they're dealing with finances. And I don't feel it's you. I feel like you're staying quiet about it because that's what causes the fights and the arguments. It feels like you make a lot of money. You could be a business owner. It feels like you have an empire. I'm going to say, I feel like you probably do okay. And it feels like there is somebody in your life, whether it's a child or it could be a spouse acting like a child, whether that spouse is male or female. And it feels like somebody here, it feels like this Page of Wands is being irresponsible with my energy or my time or where I'm throwing my wand. I'm just gonna buy this thing because I want it, and then I'm gonna stuff it in the closet and I'm not gonna see it. Somebody who feels like they need a bunch of shoes that are set up for their friends to see, or a bunch of expensive bags for their friends to see, or a bunch of expensive suits for their friends to see. It feels like there is mismanagements of money going on here, and somebody's lying to you about it. It feels like deception. It does feel like secrecy. It feels like you're trying to make a decision as to whether you want to leave this behind or not, because it's heartbreaking. And you need to make a decision about whether to say something about it, but you know it's going to cause more arguments and fights. But it does feel like something is changing here. Something is changing. Something is turning. I feel like it's destiny. And I also feel like you're outgrowing the box. There's expansion here. You're outgrowing the box, my friend. And we do have the Star here, right? The Star is in the reverse, which tells me that this situation has become hopeless and somebody's got to make the final decision. It feels like it's a harsh decision, and you're going to do it with precision and without feeling, without emotion. The Star being in the reverse tells me that you think the situation has become hard, like really hard, and I've got to make a decision as the Emperor, because the Emperor will make decisions that are really hard. Like back in the day, the Emperor was running the empire, and if somebody, a family got really sick with the plague or something, they'd have to oust the family so as to save the lives of everybody else. Those are hard decisions that the Emperor makes. The Judgment card is here. I feel like there is a big decision that needs to be made as to whether can we resurrect this thing, or is it dead? Do I have to start a whole new chapter? Do I have to be reborn into something brand new? Because this problem has been circling about, Aries. It's been coming back over and over and over again, and you've chosen to ignore it, and now it's come to this, is what it feels like. We're going to go into the extended. We're going to talk more about this. This could be your situation. And if it is, come into the extended. Please look at the top of the pinned, of the comments. There is a pinned comment, and you will find your way to the membership area. Please click on the link if you'd like at least 4 extendeds in a month or more. If you're watching for more signs, you get 4 for every 1 sign that you watch. So if you're interested in that, or you can purchase this outright, just this one if you'd like, by clicking on the link there. If you're interested in a private reading, please know private readings are open. They begin at $25 and go up from there, depending on what kind of help you need, what sort of information you need, and how detailed you need it. So those are coming out in about 48 hours, those readings. And see you there on the other side if you want to book an appointment, or in the extended. I'm going to go there now. And if you're there, great. And if you're not, that's fine, because I'll be back, because I'm always back. Thanks, Aries. Bye-bye.